subscribe, subscribe.
一体どんな手を使って。
どんな手も何も俺は元から
登録していた。
Car D Kaizoku.
Welcome to the Perona deck breakdown. Perona is a very fun deck. It plays around with resting cards on field and then KOing them with a lot of cards in your deck and recurring a lot of cards with Gecko Moria and stuff like that. So if this is your ideal playstyle, Perona is the perfect leader for you. Let's take a look at the leader card. Perona is a green-black dual-color leader with 5000 power and 4 starting life. Her leader ability reads, activate main once per turn, choose one of the following effects. Rest up to one of your opponent's characters with the cost of 4 or less, or up to one of your opponent's characters gets -1 cost during this turn. So just like Blue-Black Sakazuki from P05, Perona gets 2 effects for free, but she can only use 1 a turn. But free effects like these are incredibly strong for a good stuff kind of deck, and that's what Perona's deck kind of is. And there are 2 very strong effects too. -1 cost for free is always great for a deck that runs black as a color. And the first effect, resting a 4 cost, is really strong too, as it allows you to rest up your opponent's early plays to really starve them out of counter in hand, or just let their characters just die. And then one thing to note about Perona is that the color combination of black and green is really strong too. So actually, a lot of colors have very strong synergy with black as a secondary color. Colors that have effects that rely on the cost of a card, like blue and purple and green, are especially potent comboed with black. This is something that I would have liked to have seen with Isho in OP04, but his leader effect wasn't that great compared to Perona. But with that being said, let's take a look at the rest of the deck. First off, we have for OP01, X-Drake. X-Drake can KO a 4 cost on play, which synergizes perfectly with Perona's leader ability, being able to rest a 4 cost. And then combined with any black cost reduction in your deck, you can make this 4 cost reach quite a lot of other numbers. And in the end, he does have 1k counter. So a really great tempo play on your 5-down turn, as you'll usually kill whatever your opponent just played. One of the issues with X-Drake in the past was that he was kind of clunky to use, as the turn that you play him, you require your opponent to have a rested character, which means that a character that would have attacked you the turn prior, which is a character that they played 2 turns prior. But thanks to Perona's leader ability, you get to kill whatever they just played out on your previous turn with X-Drake. For OP04, Don Quixote Doflamingo. Just a powerful late game drop in the green deck, one of green's strongest cards actually. On play for 10 Dawn, you can pick 3 of your opponent's characters or leaders, and then those characters don't untap on their next refresh phase. This is good for locking out cards from swinging back at you for lethal, letting you set up your own lethal, or even starve out your opponent, as since those characters remain rested, that gives you the opportunity to swing back into them a couple times before they untap. For OP05, Don Quixote Rocinante. Rocinante is slowly becoming one of my favorite blockers, due in fact to his second effect, where on your opponent's turn, if one of your other rested characters would be KO'd, you may instead trash this character. So that means that regardless of if Rocinante is active or rested, you can use them to save another character. This doesn't work on your leader though, so if you're trying to play him out rested to save your life, that won't work, but you'll see a synergy with Gecko Moria later on as to why this card is good in this deck. For OP05, Baby 5. Baby 5 is a Bonnie-like searcher for the Don Quixote Pirates type, and Baby 5 gives us access to 10 cost Doflamingo, which we want to see more consistently. And it also gives us access to a 2k counter that we run. And it's a great target to bring out with Gecko Moria too, which we'll go over. For OP06, Ryuma. Ryuma is a nice addition to the green arsenal. Much like X-Drake, he can KO a 4 cost on play, but you can also do it on KO. And he's also 4 cost, so you can play him out on your second turn even. And he's also another card that synergizes great with both Perona's leader ability and 8 cost Gecko Moria, again, which we'll go over. Hold on, we're almost there. 2 OP02, Kuzan. Kuzan's also another target you can bring back with Gecko Moria, but he's also great on curve, as on play he can draw you a card, and then after that, if he does live, he can give -4 cost to any character. He actually also synergizes really well with the rest of the deck. -4 cost from Kuzan lets your leader ability rest pretty much any character in the game, up to 8 cost, and then that allows you to KO anything with Ryuma or X-Drake afterwards too. For OP02, Tsuru. Just a Navy 2k counter that we can search with brand new, and then she can also double as an emergency -2 cost effect for 1 Dawn. For OP02, Borsalino. one of the best blockers in the game. He cannot be KO'd by effects on your opponent's turn. And he's a 6k blocker on your opponent's turn, even though he has a 5k stat line. Also one of the best targets to bring back with Gecko Moria, which again, we're almost there. 4 OP03 Virgo. So a lot of decks are running Virgo now because it's both a Navy and a Don Quixote Pirates 2k counter. That lets you search it via Baby 5 or with Brand New. So it's great in this deck since we have access to 2 searchers for the same 2k counter. And then in very desperate emergency situations, you can play him out, and then for 1 attached on, he cannot be KO'd by characters in battle. 4 OP03 Brand New. Brand New is a searcher that also helps us fill our discard with cards to bring back with Gecko Moria. He only searches 3 deep and only for Navy cards, but it's worth it just to chuck some cards in the discard for later. 4 OP04 Sabo. Sabo is a 5-cost blocker and he lets you draw 2 and discard 2 on play. We also use him to fill our discard with cards to bring back with Gecko Moria. But he himself is not a target with Gecko Moria, so we'll just skip over to the card everyone's been waiting for. 4 OP06 Gecko Moria. The 8-cost 9k boss monster of this deck other than 10-cost Doflamingo. What he does is on play, you can choose a 4-cost or less and a 2-cost or less character from your trash. Then you can play one of them active and one of them rested. So this lets you bring back like a Borsalino to block and then like a Brand New to search for a 2k counter, rested. Or you can even bring back that Don Quixote Rocinante blocker I mentioned before, rested. As even rested, he can protect the character from KO. And then you can bring back cards like Ryuma to KO something on board that is 4-cost or less, or Kuzan to draw you a card. Just a lot of good synergy between Gecko Moria and the rest of the deck. And then since he costs 8, you can even bring back Baby 5 active and then activate her to search for a 10-cost Doflamingo for the next turn. One thing to note is that I don't know if it's a bug or not on the sim, but if you bring out like Tsudu and then Ryuma, it seems like the -2 cost happens after the cards come out to play. Well, I'm not really too sure how the order works, but I had a game where someone did try to Tsudu Ryuma, one of my characters, and for some reason it didn't let them do it. I don't know if that's the official ruling, I'll have to look it up, but it could be a bug on the sim. Just want you to be aware of that, and if that's not fixed by the time you watch this video, be aware that that might happen to you. 2 starter deck 6 Tashigi, another Navy 2k counter that also doubles as cost reduction. You can even bring Tashigi out with your Gecko Moria for that 4-cost or lower effect if you're really desperate, for a -2 cost effect. 1 OP05, whoever wins this war becomes justice. Since we run Gecko Moria and Doflamingo and Ryuma and Kuzan who don't have counter, this gives us a way to make them into a 3k counter. And it's an event that you can search with Baby 5 for more defense if you need it. 1 OP02 Ice Age. Ice Age gives -5 cost for 1 Dawn. This helps with the yellow matchup as a lot of their characters are hard to rest or KO or interact with in general. If you expect your metagame to be more yellow heavy, I would try to fit more Ice Ages into your deck. So if you had to cut something, probably another whoever wins this war is justice. For starting hands, you'll want Baby 5, Ryuma, Brand New, and Sabo. Baby 5 and Brand New are good turn 2 plays that let you search for another card. You'll want to find 10-cost Don Quixote Doflamingo with your Baby 5s, and you'll want to fill your discard with Brand News for your Gecko Moria to bring back later. Ryuma is a perfect turn 2 play on curve, as whatever they played can be KO'd by Ryuma, since you can tap with your leader ability. This is a very strong tempo play for you. And then Sabo is great on your 3rd turn to filter your hand out for cards that you want to prepare you for the later half of the game. The strengths of the deck are board control. Your leader ability lets you control the board very oppressively early on, allowing you to starve out your opponent and not be forced to attack into their life, making them burn precious counters in hand. Good into Sakazuki. Sakazuki is still a menace in OP06, and Perona is a deck that actually has a pretty good time against Sakazuki, since most of Sakazuki's cards are 4-cost or lower. The weaknesses of the deck are Yellow. Yellow's top end, playing 7-cost Big Mom back-to-back and 10-cost Big Moms back-to-back is just a little too much for Perona to handle, but they'll slowly whittle down on your defenses as they keep healing themselves, pulling themselves further away from you being able to finish them off. Discarded. So 10-cost Doflamingo and 8-cost Gecko Moria are pretty much your bread and butter in this deck for the late game to finish off your opponent. But there will be games where you play Brand New and have to discard your Doflamingos and Gecko Morias, as neither of them are Navy types, and then Baby 5 can only search for Doflamingo, so Gecko Morias will be bottom decked that way. So this is the Perona deck that I've been running in OP06. I think she's really strong. She's good into Sakazuki and into Yamato actually. And pretty much any other deck that relies on the mid game. So get into Purple Luffy too. But I do feel like she does have trouble against Katakuri. Against Enel, it's a little easier of a time, but yeah, against Katakuri, it just seems kind of impossible, to be honest. But we can tech for that. I'd put more Ice Age into tech for that. But this is just a general list for now, for the general landscape in OP06. Once metagames get more defined in the West for us, you should make changes to your deck to tech appropriately. Could be that yellow is not as popular in the West, so maybe we don't have to worry about it. But for now, this is the Perona deck. Let's move on to the gameplay. We have a Perona versus Red Purple Luffy. We'll go second. This hand is too late game for me. Let's mulligan. Okay, it's still pretty late game, but we have brand news to play, which is good for filling our trash. And we get the Moria for late game as well. We can only take Tashigi here. We'll pass. Bringing us for 6, we'll take 1 for now. Probably won't be able to KO much with our X-Strikes. Never mind, I stand corrected. We play something that we can kill, but X-Strike is 5 cost. They attack us for 5 though. Let's counter 1. Right, I guess we'll swing 7 at Zoro. Honestly, I could have done 5 brand new and then 5 leader to burn counters out of their hand. They let him die, we'll play another brand new. Take a Kuzan here, we'll pass. We may have to go down to 2 life, it seems. Okay, Searcher Nami, what does that find them? So this Rush Zoro indicates that they're more of an aggro Red Purple Luffy. Since they're not rampant, they're just trying to get damage in. So they probably run a lot of Diablo drums and stuff like that. They do attack us for 9, we'll have to take. Right, we have blockers for next turn. We'll tap Nami. Bring brand new into her. With our leader ability, by the way. Here's what it does in case you don't know. 1 down leader, swing 6. Looking like a Sabo turn. Or we could develop Kuzan. They took our 6k, I guess it's Sabo. We'll put Kuzan and I guess the X-Strike will pass, because next turn we're at 8. We could play Moria and bring back Ryuma if we need a KO rested 4 cost effect. They attack us for 6. Counter 2. What do they play for 7? Rush Luffy, I'm assuming. The starter deck one. Starter deck 1/1. Then they can make him an 8k unblockable. Oh no, Nami. Maybe they need to find it from their deck. Or Nosuke. Okay, 2k counter. There he is. 6k only, that is fine with me. We'll counter 2. Alright, here's what we'll do. We'll give -1 cost to Luffy. We'll play Gekko Moria, bring back a Ryuma. Then we'll play a Baby 5 rested. Place brand new. And we'll kill Luffy with Ryuma, and then that's our turn because we can't swing at him. We can swing at him for 6 with Sabo. He's at 9 to 10 next turn. Yeah, let's swing at him for 6. If he plays 9-beard, we have enough counter. Okay, they counter 2. Perfect, we'll pass. Okay, they swing 2k at Baby 5. That's fine. I had nothing else to play with my Moria anyway. Oh, I probably should have played a brand new out. Oh no, wait, I replaced a brand new on field to play him. They attack us for 6. Counter 2. Yeah, so that brand new wasn't in my discard at the time I played Gekko. Okay, they ramp to 10. Oh, 10 Luffy. Okay. The leader can hit us for 8. Yes, 8. Which I don't have enough counter for, so they can get us to 0 actually. And then next turn they'll Diablo Drum, so that is bad for me. Okay, we have 10 cost Doflamingo to save us. Unless he plays another rush. Yeah, okay, I think we lose. Oh, they only attack us for 6, that is good for me. We'll counter 2. 12k at Sabo, even better. I have life to spare. Makes this a safe Doflamingo drop. So Ryuma at their leader for 6. Counter 1, Gecko for 9, Radical Beam coming out. Yep, we'll play 10 cost Dofi, freeze, pass. We'll do it again next turn. So as long as he keeps playing things that are under 4 cost, or 4 or under, I can tap it and kill it with my leader. I did use all my cost reduction as counter though, so that rush Luffy, oh wait, he just passes with 5 down open. Right, Ryuma 6. Counter 2, Moria 9. Another Radical Beam coming. No, they take it. Doflamingo 10. They take it. Another 10 cost Doflamingo. We'll pass. Yeah, luckily they didn't develop anything last turn, so I don't know if they passed by mistake or they had nothing to play. Probably nothing to play. Their hand's probably all like big characters. They're at 9. We could see 9-Beard right now. Yeah, if not, if they don't have blockers, I think we got this. 10 cost Doflamingo is quite oppressive. It just needed the rest of the deck to be good to get to the late game, which is what it's like now in OP06 with green and black together. Ooh, they pass. Do they really have that much defense? Okay, Ryuma 6. The counter, we'll put 1 down, Moria, attack for 10, make it hard to Radical Beam this. Radical Beam and a 1k counter, Doflamingo 10. Guard point, 2k, Doflamingo 10. Yep, we had it, nice. Rematch? No, he left, okay, bye. We have a Perona versus Yamato. A lot of these today. We'll keep this hand. I think Perona does pretty well into Yamato, actually. We'll play Baby 5 and pass. Especially if I can put out a blocker next turn. And I'll kill anything he plays this turn. They don't play anything though. Do we get to search? More blockers. Leader 5. It's a take. We'll play Rosinante. Save ourselves from a 9k double attack. Yeah, the amount of blockers we run in Perona makes it really hard for Yamato to do their thing. 5k at Baby 5. Yeah, it's fine. We already have a Doflamingo in hand. Though having 2 would be nice. I'd save my blockers for future attacks. Or save them just to get tapped by Hody in the end, or die to Nekomamushi. Dang, we don't have Ryuma or X-Drake in hand. That would be nice right now. Tap Neko. Swing at him for 5. Burn a counter out of hand at least. Yeah, Ryuma would be sick right now, but I don't have it. So I'll play Sabo, try to find some for later. A lot of things in their deck can be KO'd by our on-play effects, because they're 4 cost or less. Same with Sakazuki. I think Perona is good into Sakazuki for that same reason. Would like to have like a Katakuri match, just to see how Perona does against cards that aren't 4 cost. But with 10 cost Doflamingo, I think if you play your cards right, you can control the board later on. Okay, they counter for 2 in the end. We'll play Sabo. And we don't find it. Get rid of Brand New and Rosinante. We'll pass. These are cards we can always bring back with Gecko Moria. Not next turn though, because we're at 7 next turn. See, they can Nekomamushi attack directly into any blocker here. Maybe they do 8k into Sabo. But then I would just block with Rosinante. They're at Hodidon next turn, so maybe next turn I don't try to concentrate on blockers anymore. But I can't do much. I have nothing in my hand to play. Until the turn after that, when I can play Gecko Moria finally. They're really thinking this turn. Or maybe he's like watching a video on the side. If you're playing on the sim, don't do that. Okay, they attack 8k into us. That's a counter. A block, sorry. Yeah, I should stop watching YouTube on the side so I mess up the terminology like that. 8k at Sabo. Counter? Do we counter this? Yeah, why not? Counter for 4. Oh, another Sabo. It paid off in the end. 2 down leader, attack for 7. Yeah, if Hody's coming, we're just gonna attack with Sabo. They counter for 3. How about Sabo 6 into Neko? Counter 2. Okay, another Sabo out. Now we get the Ryuma. Do I need this 3k? No, we'll just discard the 2 that we got. That we just drew. You can play Ryuma from Gecko Moria next turn to kill Nekomamushi. Then what? Yeah, we'll take this next leader hit just to give us cards in hand. 2 cards. Potentially. The Hody taps everything. They still need to make us take life to get access to their leader abilities. 2 Rested Dawn effect. We do have a 2k counter. Yeah, I guess they'll just attack with Hody. I can't stop, and then they'll put 2 down Nekomamushi. I can't stop. Then leader 6. Or would they do leader 6 first? Either way, I can counter the leader hit. Ooh, 4 Dawn on Neko. 9k at Sabo. Okay. We might end up taking 9k to the face right now. That's perfect, he didn't develop anything. That's what we wanted. 9k at, oh, that's Sabo, okay. Oh. So we'll do Dawn Leader. Attack them for 6. Could potentially get some trigger that we should kill instead. Yeah, and staying at 4 life means they can't benefit from Kiku Nojo, which is why I've been defending myself so aggressively. But that's also the reason they haven't played Kiku Nojo probably, because even if I kill, they won't heal because of that. So I assume we'll see Kiku Nojo come out once I start taking life. They counter 2. Okay, we'll play Gecko. We'll bring back Rosinante tapped. Yeah, and then Ryuma rested to kill Neko and pass. Gotta block her up again. Maybe I'll never take life this game, because I met Doflamingo Dawn next turn. Dawn Leader, could be a 9-cost Yamato coming. And we're at 7 total, so you can kill anything, really. Okay, 6k at us, we'll counter 2. Yeah, I think 9-cost Yamato. Oh, 9-cost Zoro. But there's really no point in like resting that guy, because he can untap himself. Or even freezing him, because he can untap himself. And I don't have cost reduction anyway. I guess we'll just stop the leader from attacking. So, no, we'll do Ryuma first in case they get like an Onami trigger. Counter 2, leader 5. 1, Gecko 9, they take this one. Dofla 10, freeze, pass. At least we don't get hit by the leader. Let's see, he could kill Ryuma and Gecko. Yeah. That's probably what he'll do. Yeah, even if I freeze Zoro, he can still attack twice, because he'll use the second part to untap, and then he'll attack and then use the first part to untap. But 2 is better than 3. Might still be worth it to drop Doflamingo. If I can bring him to 4 cost, I can kill it with the X-Drake. But no Kuzan discard. And I run 1 copy of Ice Age. Maybe I'll top deck it. I want to bump it up to 2, but I don't know what to take out for the second copy of Ice Age. Okay, 9k at Ryuma. Sure. Try to save Gecko with Rosinante, but if they have enough Dawn to guarantee the kill. TBH. Yeah, if I top deck at Ice Age, I can kill Zoro. If you leave Zoro unchecked, it does put in quite a bit of work on his own. Yeah, just put 2 Dawn on Zoro, guarantee the kill on Gecko. But it would cost 4 Dawn because he has to untap him. So I'm gonna block 1. Unless he thinks both cards in my hand are 2k counters. In which case it would cost 6 Dawn for him to guarantee the kill. Little does he know, I only have 1k counter. Let's try to think of how he can kill us next turn, while he's thinking of his turn right now. Let's see, I don't think he'll make us take any life this turn, so next turn we're at 4 life. He plays Hody. Things with Zoro once, I'll take. Then Hody 10, I'll take. Then he can attack with Zoro twice more. So that'll be all my life, and then leader will attack for 5. So yeah, I think I don't die that way. Maybe I'm safe actually? Completely safe? Okay, they put 2 Dawn on Zoro. Into Gecko will block. Make him spend 2 more Dawn. This was the play I recommended right from the beginning, and he's doing it finally. That just means we're on the same wavelength. I don't know if it's the right play or not. Maybe we're both dumb. Or we're both geniuses. We'll go with that. The glass half full kind of people. Pirate 64157, you're a genius like me. Well, they even guaranteed it for 12. Very nice. They drop Kikunojo now. Oh no, we're still at 4 life actually. But might as well drop something. Can I kill Zoro with 10 cost Doflamingo? Ooh, Cracker. Okay, so I can get double attack from Leader, double attack from Cracker, and then Zoro can hit us 3 times. So I have to kill Zoro. We can kill Cracker too actually. Tap Cracker. X-Trick is 5, so we use 5 Dawn to kill Zoro. Please die. 15k. Okay, he dies. We'll attack Cracker for 5, make them burn a 1k counter. Or if he dies, we'll just play Kuzan instead. Yeah, I don't want to trigger anything. Okay, they counter 2. Here's an X-Trick to kill him anyway. We'll pass, and we burn a 2k out of hand. I think that was the smart thing to do. Okay. There's no way he comes back from this, right? I've handled everything he's thrown at me so far. And I'm still at 4 life. Let's try to end at 4 life. But I have no counter, so he just needs to swing at us for 5. So, where did I make that declaration after finding out I don't have counter? Ooh. 15k at Doflamingo? Okay, I guess we're going for a no life taken game. So I can't finish, but... X-Drake 6. Counter 2, Leader 5. They get like a Sanji trigger, we'll tap it and then freeze it. Or they might counter this. Come on, let me get my perfect game. Counter 1. They're holding this Onami the whole game to try to banish us. 10 cost Doflamingo and freeze him. Yeah, you probably knew that we had another Doflamingo, so why not just use the Nami as counter if he's not going to be able to attack with Leader. No Hody. Hody would be the only way he gets us to take damage. Ruin our perfect game. I guess he could run Rush Katakuri, but I don't think Yamato's normally do. Yeah, this is a heavy Wano Yamato deck. Oh, they just rage quit. Great, I got my perfect game. Bye. We have Perona versus Whitebeard. Deep? Whitebeard do anything in 06 that I don't know of? They're going second too? That's bad for us. Bad for our curve. Nami. I guess we'll swing into Nami? Or do we just swing into Leader? Something tells me we swing into Leader. Yeah, Dawn Leader. 6 set Leader. Then we'll play Rosinante. And then pass Nante. Okay, they counter. We'll tap Nami to scare her. Play Rosinante and pass. 6k at us. I think it's safe for us to take 10 cost Dofi. No counter. Frankie. I wish I had something to kill Frankie. We'll tap him though. Dawn Leader. 6k at Frankie. Yeah, Ryuma or X-Drake would have been clutch right there. I guess we'll play Kuzan, try to find one. Oh, Frankie dies from a 6k? We'll play Kuzan, then pass. I think we'll end up using Doflamingo as 3k counter. Ooh, Rush Luffy, 6k. We'll counter 2, and then we'll take the Leader 7. So 6k. We'll take that. Or Solino. Another 10 cost Dofi, uh-oh. Do I have a Don Quixote card that KOs anything? Not really. Shoot. We'll just play her. Find something. Here's a Ryuma that we can't pick up. Take a 2k counter. Yes. Who's on 6? 4 cost to Luffy. I guess we'll just play another Rosinante this turn. Yeah, even if Luffy bypasses blockers, Rosinante can tap to like defend or like kind of pseudo block in a way. So they countered 2. How about 7 at Luffy? Another 2k counter, please. Yep. Play another Rosinante and pass. We don't even have anything to play next turn because we don't have Gecko Moria. Okay, Izo. We might just use up these Borsalinos as counter, just so that we can bring him back with Gecko Moria. Ooh, Marco. Okay, that can kill a blocker. That's not good. Where are my KO effects? Why do I have 3 Doflamingos in hand? But that might come in handy later. There's Marco killing a Rosinante. Nami can kill Baby 5. Luffy into Kuzan. We'll counter 2. 6k into Kuzan. I guess we'll 3k counter here. And then I'll play the Rosinantes next turn or something. 2k into Baby 5, sure. That's their turn. Another blocker. Leader 6 at Luffy. Do I play two Borsalinos? I think so. Oh, Luffy died. Playing a 9-Beard next turn. 9-Beard at 2 life, that's kind of bad. Should I make him take a life? No, it doesn't matter then. Yeah, we'll play 2 Borsalinos and pass. We'll use Kuzan next turn to tap 9-Beard and then freeze it with Doflamingo. If you guys don't know what I mean, you'll see next turn if he drops a 9-Beard. Show you something spicy. There's a 9-Beard. Swing at us for 8. We'll block. Because Rosinante will just die to 9-Beard. His when attacking effect. Okay, they don't swing. Ooh, they don't swing with Marco either. Oh, actually, I need to give Whitebeard 1 more minus cost. Actually, yeah, because Kuzan just brings him to 5. I need to make him a 4 to tap him. So never mind. I guess playing blockers this turn. So Don Quixote, Rosinante, Sabo. Crash 2 cards, brand new, and 1 Doflamingo. He's at 8, so we'll swing with our leader for 8. We counter 2. Should I get rid of some weenies on board? Nah, we'll pass. Right, I can use Rosinante to chump block because his when attacking cannot KO thanks to Sabo. Let me highlight the cards for you to read why what I said is true. Oh wait, I didn't talk during the Whitebeard part, so maybe you didn't see it. Makino, okay, we should have gotten rid of some weenies because they're gonna swing at us for 6. Nami 7. We'll block with Rosinante. Marco 7. Block with Borsalino. Do we take one of these? Potentially. Between leader and 9-Beard. Then what do I play with Gecko Moria if I need him? Borsalino and brand new? Or Borsalino and Rosinante? No, this just dies to 9-Beard. That's never the play as long as he's out. Izo for 6. We'll block for free. Maybe he just clears all of our blockers. 9k at Sabo. Or let Sabo die. 7k at us. We take 1. Yuma comes out now. Frick. I can kill 9-Beard with Kuzan and leader, and then Yuma. Do I have another Yuma in discard? No. Huh. Or I could freeze 3 things. I think freezing would be better. So leader 5 into Nami. Kuzan 5 into Izo. Minus 4 costed Whitebeard. If he Radical Beams this, I'll attack with Borsalino too. Dang, he Radical Beamed it. Okay, let's think about this. Okay, if I freeze these 3 and then they attack with Izo with Monkey No Buff, I can block. And Ace or Luffy I can take. But yeah, I think we're good. 10 cost Doflamingo, freeze, freeze, freeze. Pass. What do I die to? 2 5 cost Luffy's? And I don't draw a counter? Okay, they buff Izo. He attacks for 5, I counter 1. If he attacks for 6, I block. If he attacks for 7, I block. You can only play 1 rush card unless you play Zoro. And I don't think... Do Ninebeards play Zoro? Or no, what am I calling him, Ninebeard? Do Whitebeards in OP06 play Zoro? They play Sanji, maybe. That's still 1 attacker only. And he doesn't have Dawn for Ninebeard, so he takes this last life. I just stack everything on Doflamingo for the win. I hope. Depending on how many Dawn he leaves up. Ooh, blocker Doflamingo. I can just tap it. A blocker Marco, sorry. 4 Dawn up. 4 Dawn up. But we'll tap Marco. I bring back a blocker. I still might die to like a Luffy. So I do like 10, 15. Or I could do 17, 6, 6. 18, 6, 6. Maybe that's the play. Yeah. I don't think I can survive one more turn. So 18. Red beam. Maybe he's bluffing with his Dawn too. I don't know. Kick course? Yeah, I think we have it. If he's kick coursing this early. Red point. 2k and then 1k. 1 card in hand, we have just enough for 6k. Even if it's counter. Yep, it wasn't counter. Nice. That was pretty dicey, but we managed to math that out in the end, I think. Good play. I think. I hope. What do you guys think? Let me know. Okay, bye. We have a Perona versus Nami. 06 Nami will go second. Am I aggro enough to beat a Nami? I guess we'll find out. Let's keep... Do I swing at the bodies he plays? Like Buggy? No. Not Buggy, but... Kaya, yes. They whiffed their Buggy too. We'll tap him to scare him, then we'll pass. I guess we can kill things for free with like Duma and X-Drake anyway. Yeah, it's only really Zeph that we have to worry about. Okay, they... Sanji's peel off, they're at 37 cards. Tap Buggy. Playing 5k at their leader. Counter 1, we'll play Duma and kill Buggy, we'll pass. Here's what my leader does, by the way. I can either rest a 4 cost or give a character -1 cost for free every turn. That is the state of the leader ability power scaling right now. You just get free effects with no drawback. Okay, Sanji's peel off again, 2 Dawn up. Well, I guess we'll play Sabo. Perona 5. Desert Espada? Is that why they're looking at the top card of the deck? Yep. Or Desert Espada? Whatever. Duma 7. Giant Gabble counters for 4. We'll play Sabo. After this resolves. 32 cards. Sabo out. Put Duma and... I guess we don't really need counter against this guy. We'll pass. The 3k counter, I mean. I think Doflamingo won't do much. Oh, they're swinging 6k. In that case, we will counter 1. Another peel off. 29 cards. We haven't made them take any life yet, though. So Mr. 1. When they pass, we'll tap Mr. 1. The 1 Dawn Duma, 1 Dawn Sabo, 6 Dawn left over. Okay, so we'll do Perona 6. A rubber band, okay. Duma 7. Giant Gavel. Sabo 7. Do they finally take a life? Yep. Okay, X-Drake and kill Mr. 1 and pass. 25 cards, getting kind of scary. But we'll make a bunch of 7k attacks next turn. Oh no, if he attacks with leader, I'll freeze him with Doflamingo. Not that it really matters much. Okay, another Mr. 1 brings Giant Gavel back to hand. Then they bounce him back to hand with the Arabesque Brick Fist. Maybe bring another Giant Gavel back to hand. Yep, he has 2 in hand. We'll just swing for 6k then. But he didn't attack with leader, so maybe I shouldn't play 10 cost Dofi. But he is hard to stop. Yeah, I think it's still safe to drop it. We'll attack for 5. Did I kill this Mr. 1? Is he gonna recurse it? I think we're past that point. Oh, they counter for 4 over 5k hit. Okay, then 6k. X Drake. Counter 4 again. Sabo 6. Fake. Yeah, they're out of counter in hand, I think. Don't be a peel off trigger, please. 22. Okay, Ryuma 6. Take it, take it. Nope, Giant Gavel. We'll tap the Mr. 1 just so I have something to freeze with my Doflamingo. Pass. Okay, 19. We're under 20 now. There's a Kaya that I should kill, I think. Have to waste an attack on it. Unless I can wipe out 4 life right now, or 3 life, and then 1 hit to leader. He did cycle 2 cards, he probably has counter in hand now. Only 2 cards in hand, right? Don't have to worry about it. Okay, the Erebus, Brickfist, Akaya, and then replayer. 15. But they're down to 1 card in hand. We might have lethal. We'll swing leader 5 just to test the waters. Okay, they Death Winked. 13 cards. So these all have to land. He has 3 Dawn up though. I don't think it will land. Yuma 7. Is he even another Deathwink in deck? Ooh. Okay, there's 2 in the discard. He might have 1 in life and 1 in deck still. They took 7. X Drake 7. Might just play another X Drake here and then we have 3 down left over. We do like 9, 10. Okay, they counter 3. So we can't win. We'll just do the 9, 10. Get them to 0. Put Alstone's trigger. Shit. Shoot, they're at 10. Then Doflamingo 10, they take. And we'll tap Kaya and kill it with X Drake. Pass. I don't know, would that 5 Dawn that I used for X Drake, would that have given me lethal? Most likely. I might have lost because of that, maybe. Down to 7. Ooh, they discarded Deathlink. He has 1 in hand then. See how this ends up. This is the decisive turn. Another Kaya. 5 cards left. I just had to swing 20 with Doflamingo. Hope he doesn't have enough to deck himself out. Erebus, Brickfist to Kaya. Replay it. 3 cards left. Uh-oh. 5 down left over too. How many more Brickfists do they have? They have 1 more potentially. Oh, he passed? Okay. Well, I guess this is it. Doflamingo 20. If he decks out before he takes life, he wins. If not, I win. Pretty close, 3 cards. Okay, there's a Love Beam, then a Deathlink. Love Beam. I think I win. Yes. 1 card. Pretty close. I'm not going to rematch because I don't like playing Nami. Okay, bite. Oh, he left anyway. Okay, bite.
Car D Kaizoku.